Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football Premier League edition, where I use my over 20 plus years coaching experience to break down all the goals scored in the Premier League, trying to give you some coaching insight to either make you a better coach or a better player. Normally I just focus on goals, but as there wasn't many in the Brentford Arsenal game, I'm going to focus on some coaching points for you so you can actually have a look at this and see who's good and bad and awful at the football. Okay, so this is under 9 stuff. The way that the Premier League do and start playing out the back is basically under 9s football. And the reason why it's under 9s football is what used to happen in under 9s football is you play against a bad coach, and a bad coach couldn't get his players to kick a ball over to the halfway line because he hasn't trained them properly. So because they couldn't kick a ball, everyone used to hang around the 18-yard box, wait for them to make a mistake and smash it into the goal. Basic under 9s football about 15 years ago, until people went, if I just teach little Johnny to kick the ball over the halfway line, there's never a problem here. And we want to go and score because the goal's in their half. So the Premier League and these players think they're super smart, which they're not. What they say is, if we bring the people into the space, right, then we can play the ball over the top of them because then we can counter-attack into them. Within 2 passes, we can be on the other side. Yeah, but you can do that in 1 pass, straight over the top of them. But you don't understand that, and you're trying to play this possession without any sort of idea of why. Now, Arsenal are trying to do the same thing here, and they're getting caught. Right, after that little bit of a rant, I do these rants on when I do coaching courses, and I speak for about 2 hours on this and break it all down for you so you can understand why they're trying to play the pass into the inside and all that nonsense, which they don't know. Right. As we break it down here, this Muppet is in goal again, and he's not very good in the goal, so he's not. Can he save? Yes. Can he play with his feet? No. Not at this level. Boom. Gets caught. All of a sudden, this is the point I'm trying to make. This is the lack of quality in coaching and in good players. Right, if this is a good player, this is a goal in 10 seconds. What, 10 seconds? Less than that, 3 seconds. Snap, snap, snap. It should be a goal. As soon as it goes to him, bomb, it should be going to him, bomb straight into the goal. It's not. Bomb. And he tries to smash it in around this player. It should be 1-0 straight away there. Lack of quality and understanding. Has no idea even to look there. The guy's screaming for the ball and he doesn't understand it. If any of you have played indoor football and in small, tiny goals, the first thing you're doing is laying it square because you're not shooting. The shot is always off the cross, if that makes sense. So it's always first time off the cross because if you've stopped the ball when you're taking a shot, the goal's too small, they're all in front of you, you can't score. Doesn't understand that. Never run those training games in training with the small goals. Doesn't understand it. Never even look for the guy. Should have been a flick and smack it straight into the goal. He should have known that was happening because the pass he has received is coming from the guy that's won the ball from the goalkeeper. Even if he's shooting, there's a good chance the keeper is getting his hands on it. Look, and you can see right there, he can see this guy. He's looking at him. But he's too selfish or too bad at football. I'd probably say both. And I'd be kicking him in the nutsack if he was my player and I was coaching this guy at Brentford. I'd be yelling and screaming at him if I was a manager. Like, what the hell do you think you're doing, son? Give it straight to him and he passes it into the goal and we're winning 1-0 and Arsenal are panicking instead of going for the league championship. Right? Yeah, absolutely terrible. But let's move it on because there's a couple of other things I'm going to yell about. So Arsenal scored this pretty goal that's offside, and it takes VAR 10 minutes to figure out it's offside because VAR is trying to make itself relevant. And I'm going to talk about this, about how VAR is going to make the Super League happen. It's a long sort of process and you have to understand it. The fans need to be upset with the Premier League and say, well, they can't run it properly. Then we need to change to something else. Oh, how about the Super League? It's not going to happen quickly, but give my words, in 5 years, you're going to start to hear it. Right, so here we go. Here's this little clip ball in it goes, donk, boomf, comes off him. Now there's 2 problems here. Well, let's just get to the VAR. So the problem with the VAR is they don't bother to put the lines down to show you that whether or not it's a goal or not, because they still want to talk about it and they want to make it relevant. If they stuck the lines down within 2 seconds, they'd go, yeah, he's offside. And they eventually end up putting the little lines down, the magic lines, and go, no, yeah, he's offside. And there we go, he's straight away offside. Anyone who's watching it is offside. And I heard some of the Muppet commentators, I think they're talking about Parallax's fable, about perception. I can't exactly remember what they were trying to say, but immediately one of the other commentators called him up on it. He went, I don't remember. Blah, 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 blah. Trust us because we're in media and we're smart. No, you're Muppets and you can't tell that's offside in 10 seconds because I can. Actually, less than that. You're just chatting shit again on the TV. It's awful. Don't listen to them. Find someone live on YouTube, sync up your times, and then do a watch along. It's the best way forward. Right, so let's get on to their goal before I start bursting a blood vessel, shouting about VAR again. So to be fair, Brentford had 2 shots saved off the line in this game, and Arsenal probably could have scored 2. If you told me this game was 3-2 to Arsenal, I'd go, yeah. If you told me it was 1-0 to Arsenal, I'd go, yeah. Arsenal probably deserve to win, but Brentford definitely deserve to score a goal out in this game. But as we go forward, I want to show you something here that's lining up. Right, you can see where the ball is, right? And you can see the overload already happening on the back post. You can see where these players are. He realises it, okay? That's why. So here's the important part. I said this in one of my other videos earlier on today, and it does stand. You don't have to penetrate the box. Penetration is fun, but it's not exactly what you're looking to do. What he wants to do is just keep the space and back away to keep this stretched. The further away he can stay away from this guy here at this point, the more he can stretch these guys to get his cross in, right? Let's watch this happen. Bosh. As it goes, he doesn't quite understand it. I apologise. See, if he did understand it, he wouldn't be walking forward to this guy. He'd actually be backing up into this space here. And this guy would be panicking because he'd be backing up and he'd be having more space to deliver his cross. So he doesn't understand it. Sorry, I gave him credit where it's not due. So there we go. Boff. All of a sudden, you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players here have got suckered in for nothing. And we've got a 3v3 on the back foot. It's basically a 1v1. And they're not 1v1 because all these guys have switched off and they're all looking at the ball. And no one's actually picking up and no one's marking. Now it is, I think it's like the 80th something minute of the game. It's late in the game, but I don't give a crap. If you're on my team, I'm having you marking there, and I'm not having you guys all chasing the ball here. One of you, I'm definitely having one of you up here on the D up here out the way. I'm making sure all these players are marked because they're not right now. All of a sudden, we get a little loop ball come in, and it goes straight through the keeper's legs. A little downward header straight through the keeper's legs. It's a quality finish for Kai Havertz. He needs it because he's been rubbish at the football for a very, very long time. Hopefully it will give him some confidence and he'll play a little bit better. But Arsenal are on the charge. They're doing quite well. I still say they're going to have a drop-off after January, but we'll see. I'll see you next time on Cash Yells About VAR. Cash Talks Football. Thanks a lot.